Hey, Nicole here. Let's talk about Scorpios, the Scorpio archetype. So, Scorpio is a water sign. This is a fixed sign. These people are ruled by the planet Pluto, or the heavenly body, the mini sort of a planet, formerly known as a planet, Pluto. At any rate, Pluto is our planet that has to do with transformation, death, and rebirth. And Pluto is just like the phoenix that burns down into ash and then rises from the ash. That is everything that Pluto stands for in our charts, okay? So how that plays out for Scorpio, as a sign ruled by Pluto, these people have a theme in their lives typically of transformation, of death and rebirth, of it can even be just this sort of powerful undercurrent that exists for a mini Scorpio or Pluto, people who have strong Pluto, strong 8th house in their chart, like moon in the 8th house. There is a sort of a little bit of a danger or a sexual undercurrent or an intensity that's present with people who have Scorpio, a lot of Scorpio in their chart. Scorpio, and the reason that is the 8th house, which is the house that Scorpio rules. This has to do with all of our taboo big issues, or the big stuff, okay? It's sexuality, and not just casual, one night stand sexuality, but this is deep, intense bonding, allowing your wounds to be seen, that type of intimacy with a partner. And it's combining that, and it's also death, life and death, okay? This is the house that has to do with those things in our life that cause us to completely transform. So Scorpio type people, typically as an archetype, Scorpio is a intense energy. These are people who are going to be, because they're water, they have a desire to emotionally connect with other human beings, but because there's Pluto, it's through this act of sexuality, or it is through something that, sexuality is can be a metaphor as well. So merging and bonding with another person on a deep level, even intellectually, but more so for Scorpio, it's going to have to do with this through the vehicle of sexuality, okay? Now, Scorpio also, these people, because they're a fixed sign, they're quite loyal. They are stubborn. So just as much as Taurus, they're on the same axis. So just as much as a Taurus can be stubborn, so can a Scorpio. If they have set their mind to something, they're quite determined and fixed. They're very protective of those that they love. That's a water sign, and they're traditionally ruled by Mars, which is the warrior, and they're Mars and Pluto now are the modern rulerships for Scorpio. But Mars is the warrior. Mars is the same as Aries. So Scorpios have a tendency to be okay with standing up for something that they want. So true Scorpio archetype. You could be a Scorpio member. You could be a Scorpio sun and have it like in your Virgo house, and maybe be somebody who is a little bit more placid. But if, for example, you have a Pisces sun and it's in the 8th house, the Scorpio house, you are not going to feel like a Pisces. You're going to feel strong and powerful, and even a little bit kind of intimidating to other people. Again, it also depends on where your Pluto lands. But so the Scorpio archetype, traditionally people will say that Scorpions, have a high sex drive. And yeah, the archetype itself does definitely have to do with sexuality. Does that mean that every Scorpio sun has a high libido? Not necessarily. But because again, that's not taking into account the entire birth chart. That's looking at one teeny tiny part of the chart. Your sun sign is just that month you're born. So remember, this is Scorpio sun, moon, or rising. Now, if you're a Scorpio moon, you probably are somebody who has an intense need to sort of possess the partner, merge with the partner, be the only one in the partner's life, and this is true for Scorpio suns too, but it can also apply to projects and things you're working on with work. There's this desire to be right. Scorpios, there's black and white with Scorps. They're quite extreme. They're either in or they're out. And so whether you're Scorpio moon, a sun in Scorpio, moon in the 8th house, sun in the 8th house, or Scorpio rising, there's going to be this tendency to have kind of a all in or all out kind of approach to life. So now also Scorpio, this is a spiritual sign. This is a water sign. So this has to do with spirituality from a place of the desire to merge with the creator, or to merge with the spiritual. It's like the, Kama Sutra, this kind of or this tantric approach, this yoga, this approach to life, where you're literally like making love to your life, bonding spiritually with your life, and not literally, but figuratively, or literally making love to the person in your life, I guess. But this whole idea of facing your fears and facing your demons, and being able to conquer them. And then it's like the hero's journey, right? That's quite Scorpio from the Mars side. So hope that all makes sense. But Scorpios are amazing. They can be quite challenging, and they're aggressive and can be, you know, a little bit, they're stubborn or fixed. So they love you, they can love you, or they can hate you. And it really, for the most part, unless they have a lot of Aquarius or Uranus in their chart, or Sagittarius or something, like they're in or they're out. They're a sign of extremes. So anyway, that's Scorpio. Questions, comments, post them below.